full year and that lets you save.
Who cares?
True Form Life.
Green look on.
Welcome to another edition of Exploring Mind and Body. I'm your host, True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert. Before we jump into things, where can you find us? You can find me at Twitter at True Form Life. You can find our Facebook page at True Form. And as always, you can find out details all about us at trueformlife.com. What do we have happening on today's show? We're going to talk about our challenge wrap-up. We have Unable to Decide. All that and so much more coming up on...
This is Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert on 96.5 CKFM.
This segment brought to you by Complete Truth Protein Powder. Live free, live true with whole natural foods. No additives, preservatives, soy, gluten, and dairy free. Supplement with superfoods to energize your day. Visit CompleteTruthProtein.co for details. Free samples available.
How come when I ask someone what they want to do, they have no idea? More than 9 out of 10 times when I talk about goals or achievements, minds go blank. Odd that when you look at any way to achieve something, it starts with a decision. Without a doubt, the very first thing you must do before you set out to accomplish any type of feat is decide. You must make an absolute, clear decision that this is what you want. This is what you will accomplish, and nothing will get in your way. So let's go back to why minds go blank when the subject comes up. I know the answer, and I'll tell it to you. It's a 4-letter word that isn't used by children, and that's the only resemblance of a word that shouldn't be used. The word is fear. We fear failure. And that's all there is to it. It's not that we don't know what we want. We all know what we want. Trust me. Deep down, we know exactly what that is. We could have pushed it deep down so far we can't think of it anymore. We might not want to admit anything because the fact remains we know, regardless of what claim we choose to use. If I told someone to sit down and think about what they wanted, anything in the world was possible. All they had to do was write it down, then gave them a pen and said, write everything that enters your mind. Do you think that one physical goal wouldn't appear? If you say no, you'd be lying to yourself again. We choose to say we don't know. We choose to not believe we know. We choose to not remember anything that may arise when the thought appears. And if it does, we choose to ignore it. Why? It's because we're scared. We know that if we admit what it is we really want, that someone, if not ourselves, will try to make us do it. And being that we're hiding from it, there's a good chance we don't think we can accomplish it to begin with. We fear that if we try, we'll fail. And then what? Well, I can't answer that. We fail. So what? What happens then? We try again, or we don't, or we try something else. Big deal. If there's going to be pain, it'll go away. Is there going to be pain that won't go away? Is there going to be a bunch of people standing around laughing at us? Doubtful. A bunch of people that say, I told you. Maybe, but those people are too scared to try anything themselves, so they don't even count. So what are we left with? Well, if we surround ourselves with good, supportive people that I always talk about, then we're left with encouraging compliments that want to make us try again or try something else. We're left with a goal we came up short on. So if we choose, we'll try it again. Or, just maybe, beyond even our own beliefs, we could actually accomplish what we set out to do. So what happens if we accomplish this goal? I can tell you there's no feeling like a goal accomplished. Not a goal you set out to do, worked toward every day, sacrificed for, maybe cried for. Have you ever wanted anything so bad you'd do anything to get it? Of course, morally, within reason. Most likely not, because we're afraid to fail. But if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you'd know that feeling of victory is worth every chance at failure. And what happens not long after that feeling of ultimate success is over? Not a whole lot, to be quite honest. It's the exact same thing that happens after our epic fail. You go back to the exact same person you were. Most gain lifelong confidence and walk around with pride in accomplishment, but who wants that anyways? Just like you won't be shamed or considered an outcast for the rest of your life because you weren't actually brave enough to set a goal and go after it. But life goes on. And at the end of the day, we either live afraid or we live with confidence, knowing we won't let fear control us. We all have choices. Make yours.
Exploring mind and body with True Form's Drew Taddia would not be possible without the help from the following sponsors: AG Foods in Didsbury, CLC Fitness Center, Health Street in the Cornerstone Shopping Center Olds, and Shoppers Drug Mart, working together to help build a healthier tomorrow. For more information on True Form Life, Drew Taddia, or how to become a sponsor of Exploring Mind and Body, visit TrueFormLife.com.
This segment brought to you by True Form Fitness for all your health and fitness needs. Personal training and group classes available locally. Visit TrueFormLife.com for details.
So our fitness challenge just ended, and I'd like to announce our winner, or winners, so to speak. Crystal Worth ended up with the most points and won the challenge. So congratulations, Crystal. Right behind her, actually a half inch behind her in 2 points, was Dorothy Keith. And then Tina Visser wasn't far off from Dorothy. So these are the top three, and they all did an amazing job. Up to 7 pounds lost in 6 weeks and 3 to 4 inches for some individuals alone. We had a great turnout with 21 participants. I couldn't be more grateful for the time and effort everyone put in. A good number of people made lifestyle adjustments, at least for these 6 weeks. People were being more active, eating better, and what could have been the most time-consuming was the picture posting on our Complete Truth Protein Facebook page. My goal with the posting pictures was to build a supportive community of interaction with the contestants and others that are fans of the page. I'm proud to say, together, we did just that. During the challenge, I would get personal emails telling me how great the page is looking and how they've been inspired themselves to eat better. I also hear other people talking about the page and how much activity is going on there. So we definitely encourage others and inspired some to make better choices themselves. What was very clear with the challenge, and something I talk about all the time, is first of all, a lifestyle change. If you're looking to drop a quick few pounds, or anything for that matter, as a quick fix, or in short term, there's a good chance you're going to do something unhealthy that won't be sustainable, which is why that weight usually comes barreling back down with vengeance. But lifestyle changes were made, at least for that 6 weeks. And it was my ultimate goal to help and show people that small changes are possible and that you do see positive results from these small changes, which can be lifelong, meaning you'll be healthier and stronger and live that energized life you've always wanted, instead of looking to drop a quick 10 pounds. And the other thing I wanted to mention was the direct correlation between those that exercised regularly, posted their food, and jumped in with 2 feet, believing they can make a change. Coincidentally enough, the top 4 people that posted the most food, or basically posted every day, were the top 4 out of the 21 participants. This makes it clear to me you can't lose weight, drop inches, or move closer to your health and fitness goals without paying attention to your nutrition. When I started this challenge, I wanted it to be a complete package instead of just weight loss. I wanted people to start to eat better and put in the time and effort at home and in the gym. I wanted the contestants to be accountable to make this change, and posting pictures for everyone to see was the best way I could see how. If you didn't post, maybe you didn't eat healthy. If you didn't post, maybe you skipped a meal. And I'm not trying to speculate or judge here, but the fact remains, those that were at the top of the challenge posted every day, which again proves you need the whole package to reach your goals. A quick story that made me laugh here I wanted to share with you guys. I was leaving the gym the other day and someone said, "I'll meet you for wing night. I just need to finish up with abs." At first I thought it was a joke. Then I realized the person was serious. And then I got to thinking, I believe a lot of people think all they need to do is lift some weight, do some cardio, and they'll be exactly where they need to be. Some people put in half the effort and can't figure out why they don't gain muscle mass or why they don't drop those extra inches. If you work out as hard as you possibly can and then hit the drive-thru on the way to the office or on the way home, what's the point? All the hard work you just put in was negated with high-fatty, sugary foods, which is going to put stress on your heart. Not the good stress you just did at the gym, mind you. It's going to increase your blood pressure and it's going to increase body fat, all in which you're working for about an hour to try to move in a positive direction. Most people say, "I eat just fine," or they say, "I know how to eat healthy." So why not put it in a food journal? Why not see exactly what you eat by recording so you can see it? Maybe so someone else can see it. Why not look for a pattern of why you're sleepy after lunch or why you get a headache every time you eat a sandwich. These are things that can be found by recording your food. I believe most people don't record because they don't want to know, and they certainly don't want anyone else to see it. As I was saying, you need the whole package to reach your health and fitness goals. And I can almost tell you for a fact, nutrition played a very large role in the success of these ladies that finished at the top of this challenge. In fact, we're going to have them on the show, so they can tell you themselves how hard they worked during the 6 weeks and maybe what kind of life lessons they've learned. As for our own group, we often talk about healthy food at class. It was nice for others to be able to see what the class members are eating, what recipes are being shared, and how much we have come to live together to be healthier. On one of the last nights, I made smoothies for everyone, which was chocolate, banana, peanut butter, with, of course, a complete truth protein. And finally, at the last minute, we all got together, hung out, and ate some food on a Friday evening. I can't stress the importance of surrounding yourself with encouraging, supportive people. I know for myself, those that I'm surrounded by encourage me. They inspire me. They make me a better person. Our class, who's getting to know each other better every day, is more uplifting than I can express. If I'm having a long day or things aren't going well, all it takes is a class with the members' smart aleck comments, followed by a few laughs to brighten my day. The success rate more than doubles in those that have a group that encourages them to make better choices and keep moving forward. Some people couldn't do it without a group. Of course, there are those that are fine on their own, but again, that group makes all the difference. Whether it's your family or friends at home, a mentor, or a group class, we'd all be much better off if we found that group support. This isn't just me saying this either. I've read this fantastic book called The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, who talks about a study by Italian immigrants who all came from the same area in Italy and all moved to the same area in Pennsylvania. I'd encourage you to check out the study, and the book for that matter. In short, they found some incredible, healthy people. Let me quote from the book. Virtually no one under 55 died of a heart attack or showed any signs of heart disease. For men over 65, the death rate from heart disease is roughly half of the United States as a whole. The death rate from all causes was something like 30 or 35% lower than it should have been. What's most interesting is these people didn't exercise at an extreme rate. They didn't eat especially well or with healthy foods. In fact, their diet consists of a high concentration of olive oil and breads. And with dedicated research, it wasn't even their genes that showed these results, which isn't particularly good advertising for this health and fitness show. But here's what I'm getting at. Upon further out-of-the-box research, what they found was a quiet community of people who got along. They didn't rush through the day and weren't stressed about finances. They stopped to talk to their neighbors as they strolled through town, sat on the porch to visit without running off to an appointment, and even had 3 generations of family members living under one roof. Now, I understand this might sound like a nightmare to some, but this profound study right here is a direct correlation with the supportive group I'm talking about. I've heard from T. Harv Eker say, give me the bank statements of 3 people you're closest to, and I'll tell you your financial situation. I've heard guilty by association. I've heard you're the average of your 3 best friends. All these phrases that may or may not hold true point precisely at who you surround yourself with. So find these people that inspire you. Find those that push you to new heights. Find a mentor, someone you trust. You'll never know what you can accomplish if you don't.
True Form Life.
All right, that's all we have for you this evening. Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same place, for some more health and fitness tips. In health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert. For more on True Form's Drew Taddia, visit trueformlife.com or call 403-510-4915. Exploring Mind and Body with True Form Life's Drew Taddia would not be possible without the help of GDK Gravel and Sand.